Right now at 10, a Sparta man faces attempted homicide charges.
And a biking program is making a difference for those affected by Parkinson's.
Plus, elementary students are learning about fire safety for Fire Prevention Week.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. A Sparta man faces attempted homicide charges following an incident Sunday. 39-year-old Andrew Nauman faces first-degree attempted homicide after Sparta police found a woman with life-threatening injuries on the 100 block of West Oak Street. Nauman was out on bond for a June arrest where he allegedly beat and strangled a different victim. The judge has now handed down a $1,000 signature bond for felony bail jumping and a $1 million cash bond for other pending charges.
An Arkansas man will take a plea deal to avoid homicide charges. 26-year-old Lathan Foster was accused of first-degree reckless homicide. He allegedly sold fentanyl to a West Salem man who overdosed and died in 2021. Foster now pleading no contest to an altered charge of manufacturing and delivering narcotics. A sentence hearing is set for December 3rd.
No one is reported hurt after an incident at Eau Claire North High School. According to a statement to families, a visitor started behaving erratically in the office area this morning. School resource officer Zach Becker intervened, and after a brief soft lockdown, Eau Claire police took the visitor into custody.
Well, overnight we won't be as cold or as chilly as we were the past several mornings, with more 30s and 20s even there. We're going to see more 30s and 40s, actually mid 40s for La Crosse as you wake up, with that southeast wind turning around and actually increasing and getting all the way up to about the mid to upper 60s by noon, with plenty of sunshine. Same story for Eau Claire. We've been in the 30s for most of the mornings this week. Not so much tomorrow, more into the low to mid 40s. We'll climb up to about the upper 50s and near 60 by 10 p.m. and definitely get closer to 70 with that south wind beginning to pick up, which means we have some warmer air coming. Overall, if you look at the big picture, not much clouds. Obviously outside right now, the next big picture is well to the west, a front that's in the Intermountain West. Ahead of it, we're going to get some warmer air come up, but it's going to be a while till that front actually impacts us. So overall, we have that to speak about. But the other good news is, since we've seen a lot of aurora already this summer, we have a great opportunity coming up tomorrow night, because storming should develop sometime during the afternoon hours, but then it should continue overnight as the sun sets. So we have no clouds, clear skies. We should be looking at a good opportunity if the storming pans out, and this could be fairly strong. So something to keep in mind for Thursday, to keep an eye out for that. And it could be visible without a phone.
Oh,
I mean, a lot of people have been doing
that's
it,
the
using
big
the
one right
phones
there.
and the night vision on there to help it. But I think we have an opportunity to see it without, if everything pans out. So we'll break that down too.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, Minnesota's First Lady Gwen Walz campaigned in Wisconsin today. She made stops in Madison and the southern city of Beloit. Her speech today highlighting the Harris campaign's vision for reproductive health care freedoms and an urgency for people to get out and vote.
A new way forward is within our reach. It is right there. But we are going to have to fight for it. Maybe harder than we've ever fought for anything before.
Walz's stop comes a day after President Biden's visit to Milwaukee, where he emphasized the importance of job creation and the ongoing efforts to replace lead pipes. Former President Donald Trump also campaigned in a suburb of Madison earlier this month.
Governor Tim Walz has announced a new $52 million grant for broadband. The grant will expand broadband access to nearly 8,000 Minnesota homes and businesses across 24 counties. My Energy Cooperative in Fillmore, Olmsted, and Winona counties will receive just over $3 million. Ace Telephone Association in Fillmore County will get $2.5 million.
A $1 million Department of Defense grant is bringing a campus civic center to Winona State. The center will promote civic engagement and leadership among students, faculty, local government, and nonprofits. Students will have the opportunity to gain hands-on experience interacting with government officials and collaborating on public issues. The Civic Center hopes to bring awareness to the challenges that local governments face and to develop relationships between those governments and the community.
Tellurian Behavioral Health is receiving $30,000 to help open their new facility in La Crosse. The funds come from a non-state grant program that is designed to improve services and organizations that help the general public. The new facility will offer stabilization services to people experiencing an acute mental health crisis. The group's social services manager says the money will improve the experience of seeking care during a crisis.
Giving them access to the services that are meant to help them at the time they really need it most, to eliminate long wait periods in emergency rooms and eliminate human suffering for those that are experiencing a mental health crisis.
The program will offer short-term support to up to 8 individuals at a time. Tellurian is hoping to open the facility soon.
An estimated 1.5 million people in the U.S. suffer from Parkinson's disease.
While there's no cure, studies show exercise can help reduce symptoms. As Jeremy Wall reports, that's more than enough inspiration for the Chippewa Valley YMCA.
Glenn Sweevelhover was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease last spring. It's a diagnosis that's changed his life.
Just made me more aware of the fact that I need to exercise more, but you need to stay limber and loose. Everything I've read says the more exercising you do for Parkinson's, that's the best you can do.
Thanks to a new program at the Chippewa Valley YMCA, he's able to tackle it head on. Twice a week, he and others affected by the disease hop on bikes to improve balance and reduce symptoms of tremors.
I feel like it's a really great bridge between physical therapy for people and then just daily living, between reducing those symptoms on a day-to-day basis, where exercise has been proven to be really great with helping reduce Parkinson's symptoms.
The class started last week and is part of YMCA of Chippewa Valley's health intervention programs. Class is designed to prevent and combat chronic disease.
The rates of Parkinson's have continually increased, not only in older population, but younger people too. So we're just trying to find a way to build a community in our Y that supports Parkinson's disease for so many people that are affected by it.
According to the American Parkinson's Disease Association, 1 out of every 336 people has the disease, and the number is going up. Sweevelhover is glad there's a program available to help get him moving and connect with others.
This is a group of people, we're all in here with a similar condition, we're all different age groups, male and female, and it just makes it easier to do it as a group.
Now the classes are Monday and Wednesday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. with the final class slated for November 20th.
Well, elementary school students are learning about fire safety. The La Crosse Fire Department visited Spence Elementary School today in La Crosse for Fire Prevention Week. Students learned how to create an escape plan in case of a fire and the importance of smoke alarms. The community risk educator says being prepared for fires can make them less frightening.
We practice drills at school. They're not scary. You can practice at home. Fire safety doesn't have to be a scary concept. If you know what to do and you have a plan, it's not so scary.
That visit part of a series of Fire Prevention Week events that will continue until Saturday.
The fire department isn't the only one educating the community on fire safety. Fire protection specialists in Bangor offered free extinguisher inspections and opportunities to purchase new smoke alarms and participate in hands-on live burn training. An extinguisher manager with the group says knowing how to operate a fire extinguisher is the first step in preventing a fire from becoming disastrous.
If you can get that fire out when it's in its incipient stage, that first 30 seconds to 2 minutes is vital. You can probably have that out and under control, or at least you and your family out safely before the fire department arrives. So the fire extinguisher is your escape route.
And if you missed today's event, you can visit their website to learn more about fire prevention and make an appointment for hands-on safety training.
Hurricane Milton makes landfall.
More on the storm's destruction as it makes its way inland up next.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety,
could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. At American Waterworks, we use modern techniques and warranted solutions to restore your peace of mind in your home. After all, your home's foundation issues won't get better with time, but it will with our proven solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Holman. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Who's that Derek Van Orden think he is? He thinks he's better than us. Like that time he screamed at somebody, I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman.
Language! Who does Derek Van Orden think he is, supporting an abortion ban?
I'm Rebecca Cook. Let me tell you who I am. I grew up on a dairy farm, run a small business, and I wait tables. Around here, we work hard, respect our neighbors' freedoms, and aren't looking for special treatment. We need one of us to represent us. That's why I approve this message.
Well, Hurricane Milton made landfall along the coast of Florida south of Sarasota. Officials had been warning residents to move inland or face the possibility of storm surge that could make survival unlikely.
A flash flood emergency was issued for the Tampa area late tonight as the storm's torrential rains and intense winds blew across the region. Christian Benavides has the latest on Milton from Tampa.
Hurricane Milton made landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast Wednesday after officials and residents took precautions ahead of the potentially deadly storm. In Sarasota, ambulances lined up, ready to evacuate nursing homes.
Milton still carries incredible destructiveness, can wipe out communities.
In an address to the nation, President Biden said the federal government will work with Florida officials to help pump floodwater, restore power, and clear debris that can turn into deadly projectiles during heavy winds.
I encourage people to look for safer shelter. Sometimes moving just a few miles can mean the difference between life and death.
The Tampa area has not had a hurricane this powerful in more than a century. Officials are concerned for the potential of deadly storm surge and those hurricane force winds.
It's moving toward the northeast at 17 miles per hour, and it will continue to move across central Florida throughout the night and into the early morning hours.
As Milton approached, mandatory evacuation orders and warnings were issued to millions.
We had to convince folks to get out of high rises and that even if they were 7 stories up or more, then they were still at risk.
I've never been like this close to like a big hurt. We're just gonna keep sheltered up in our hotel room. I mean, we brought books, we brought card games and stuff.
Several major theme parks ceased operations and Orlando's airport closed ahead of Milton's landfall. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Tampa.
PowerOutage.us, which tracks utility reports, says more than 1 million homes and businesses were without power tonight in Florida.
The Department of Justice is going after Google.
Why they filed to split the massive business next.
And above average temperatures continue for a couple more days, but we do have a big cool down that'll come in effect later this weekend into early next week. We'll explain what the temperatures look like and if we got any precipitation with that cool down. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Today at Wesco in Sparta, it's interest-free. Free! 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, even 48 months interest-free on everything from beautiful furniture for every room and premium mattresses to flooring and brand-name appliances. Choose the home furnishings you want. Then Wesco lets you buy interest-free to suit your needs. 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, or even 48 months interest-free. It's an interest-free for all today at Wesco in Sparta.
You just have to get in the seat of a John Deere Gator XUV 835M, not because of the spacious cargo box, or because it can tackle any terrain, not even because it tows up to 4,000 pounds. You just have to get in the seat because something about being this productive just makes you smile.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Here in Wisconsin, my patients trust me with their personal medical decisions and never ask, what does my congressman think? That doesn't stop Derek Van Orden. Van Orden calls himself 100% pro-life, compared abortion to genocide. And Van Orden said he opposed abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest. Your personal medical decisions belong to you, not him. And Derek Van Orden doesn't belong in Congress.
HMP is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We need real working people in Washington.
What a phony. Cook spent the last decade working as a political operative. Earned her money helping defund the police radicals like Mandela Barnes, the most anti-police candidate in Wisconsin history. Now, Cook won't let you protect your family. She wants to ban the most popular rifle in the country, earning an F from the NRA. Rebecca Cook, phony insider, dangerously liberal.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The U.S. government is weighing the breakup of one of the world's largest and most consequential monopolies, Google.
In a court filing Tuesday, the Justice Department said it may recommend separating Google's search business from Android, Chrome, and the Google Play App Store. The DOJ says this would prevent Google from using its search features to advance its products over rivals.
Well, we should be in for another couple of warm days, but it sounds like that may not last too much longer. Let's get the details from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
That is definitely the case. We are going to come back eventually to reality early next week and more in October-like weather. But in the meantime, we got a couple warm days, and we also have another potentially great opportunity for the Northern Lights, which we saw earlier this week, and we saw quite a few during the past summer, including all the way back to May as the solar cycle we begin to reach maximums early next year. So we have a couple solar storm. Well, we actually have one main solar storm that should impact the area potentially Wednesday. Now, that'll be during the daytime, so obviously the sun's out. It looks like it should be strong enough to continue throughout the night. In fact, it could reach levels that make it even visible to the naked eye, not just with a phone, too. So we'll see if this continues. We'll update this. They really won't know too much information until it gets at least close and starts impacting some of the satellites on the way towards Earth. But once that happens, we could see a long period of potentially some great auroras, and of course the weather's going to pan out because we have clear skies going ahead. The other, in fact, you might actually see a little bit is more milky skies over the next couple days because of the smoke aloft from the fires in Wyoming and Idaho. It should stay aloft, but you might see more of that coming throughout the days tomorrow all the way through Friday, which sometimes does create some great sunsets, but it shouldn't be much more than that. As I mentioned, warm temperatures Thursday, Friday. We potentially could see a few 80s out there. Cooler as we get to Saturday. A front's going to slide south. We're going to turn the winds around, so 60s, but that's not far from where we should be this time of year. The bigger chance comes on Sunday, but we might have a few showers, and as I've emphasized, might, more as you go further north Saturday night going to Sunday as we get even colder air coming down for Sunday. But for tomorrow's highs, a few locations getting close to the 80-degree mark, otherwise about 15 degrees above average. South wind, plenty of sun, a very nice warm day once again. Friday, we're going to start off fairly warm. Overnight lows actually might be in the 50s, so a warm start. That means we'll have a warm, almost 80. We will have more clouds coming in the picture, and that front will come later in the day. As we kind of time out, eventually we will see that front, and really what this front is going to be a wind shift and then eventually more cloud cover. And that wind shift will be in the afternoon towards the evening hours. So high school football is probably going to be fine weather-wise, but we might have some gusty winds that wind about 10 to 15. Once that comes through, it slides to the south. Another system approaches, and eventually it comes through Saturday night, and then it forms a nice low pressure to our east. This will provide maybe a shower chance going in, but I think Sunday, really you're going to feel the difference as this low parks off to the southeast. We get this north flow around it, some showers and some gusty winds. That's going to usher in a much colder air mass throughout the day. In fact, we're going to be below average as we go throughout early next week. We're talking about 5 to 10 degrees below average for at least Monday and Tuesday. So back to reality there. As you see, the temperatures drop back into the mid-50s. Now, overnight lows next week definitely are going to be in the 20s and 30s. So growing season for all the areas will pretty much be done by that. But in the meantime, enjoy the summer-like temperatures Thursday, Friday, and the Aurora possibly tomorrow night. And then we'll get back to reality for October weather next week.
There we go. It's on the way.
Back to reality.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Packers talking about the recent absence of receiver Romeo Doubs, plus more Minnesota soccer action with seasons hanging in the balance. Highlights and more next from Jacob.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
Well, that was too close. If we keep waiting, it'll get one of us.
I know these things can be a real hazard, but groundwater does this to concrete all the time.
Water did this.
Mm-hmm. But it's okay. You can lift it back up.
Well, let's get lifting.
Let's do it.
The effects of water can be surprising, but you can. Put water back in its place with a free inspection from Innovative Basement Authority. For a limited time, get $500 off any repairs when you call or go online today.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington Insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington Insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington Insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see condensation here, you could have mold hiding here. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and check for hidden issues. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our buy 3, get 1 free special. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, not too much going on here in Wisconsin today, but more seasons were on the line in Minnesota. Boys and girls soccer teams hoping to advance in the playoffs. We'll begin 7th seed Lake City visiting the 2 seed Cotter in quarterfinal action. Late first half, Cotter's Edward Majeski looking for some offense, but Lake City's Adam Bolden gathers it. Cotter leads 2-0. Then Gavin Kammerer dribbles down the field, skips it past Boulder to make it 3-0. Then Kammerer on the passing end sends in a cross, which is going to set up Braden Novakoski, who puts it in to bring it to 4-0. Cotter improves to 16-1 on the season after a 4-0 final. They'll be back at home Saturday at noon against third seed St. Charles Lewiston Altura. Meanwhile, the season comes to an end for the La Crescent boys in MSHSL 1A play as they fall to that 3 seed St. Charles Lewiston Altura by a tight final of 1-0. To La Crescent for girls action, Lancers hosting the Ramblers, and this one was a defensive battle. Maggie Crosby looking to get the scoring going, but Ellie Casperson scoops it up for a save. And a few plays later, Lexi Bissons sprinting into La Crescent Hoka territory, but Ella Gates is aware and picks it up, stopping the visitors' threat. So we stay scoreless, and this one would come down to the wire, and Kiera Tim of the Lancers is the hero with a late goal, and La Crescent Hoka moves on. They'll play St. Charles Lewiston Altura on Saturday. Well, earlier today, Packers third-year wideout Romeo Dobbs returned to practice after being suspended for 1 game for conduct detrimental to the team. He was suspended for missing 2 practices last week in what the team called personal reasons. And there were also reports that he was not happy with his share of targets and involvement to start the season. Matt LaFleur had a meeting with his receiver, and yesterday he said things will move on like normal.
I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but I think it was productive, and we look forward to getting him back on Wednesday. What's done is done, and we're moving forward. And, you know, I expect us collectively as a team to continue to move that way.
Now, Dobbs brought in 8 touchdowns a season ago, and in 2024, so far in 4 games, he's caught 12 balls for 169 yards and has yet to reach the end zone. All right, now it is time for the News 8 Play of the Week. Getting us going, it's Eliana Kraus of Cochran Fountain City with the bump set to Mackenzie Wagner, and that one falls to the ground. That's the 1,000th assist of Kraus's career as a Pirate. Next up, we throw it back to Monday when Jayana Palm of Holman shoots an 81 at sectionals, which was good enough for her to punch her ticket to the state tournament, which is next week in Madison. For number 3, we have Carter Pontius, who had 3 touchdown grabs against GET in the first half. Heck of a catch here on the back shoulder fade. The Panthers rolled the Redhawks by a final of 42-0. Number 4, we head to DeSoto. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. For this play, we do see a little bit of both. Keegan Colden hauls it in after the ball ricochets right to him, and he takes it to the house. Pirates made Belmont walk the plank, winning by 26. And for our final nominee of the week, it's Jacob Hackbarth of Logan against Toma. Hackbarth says, "Who needs 2 hands out here?" Extra stick 'em on the gloves last week. Heck of a pick there, and Logan would go on to get the win, 42-15. So that is our 5 for this week. Voting is live right now, and as always, it closes at 5 p.m. on Friday. We will announce the winner during the 6 p.m. sports. And if you have a play you think is worthy, send it my way to Jay Lenzendorf at WKBT.com. Some great choices, guys. Yeah. Some well-shot videos, Ken.
Oh, thanks.
Is that you?
That little
last one.
Jacob Hackbarth.
That was nice. Really good stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, looking forward to see who gets the win for this.
I know. This I think the first one in the week
interesting.
where we haven't gotten a viewer submission necessarily for the top 5.
Yeah.
So if you're out there, don't be shy now.
Get that phone out and be ready for us. Send it to us if it's a good play. So we've had some great ones this year, though. So
we really have. We're on a good streak.
Yeah.
Here.
So good stuff. Romeo Dobbs, are we concerned at all, Ken?
Not at all.
No.
I mean, I think he was like 2nd in targets on the team before he threw the personal fit, if that's what the reports come out to be true. But hopefully there's some productive conversations. The same kind of thing happened with Jair Alexander last year, and he came right back, and we know what the rest was history.
You don't need to have any divas in the locker room.
No, that's not the Green Bay way.
No.
Not anymore.
No. All right, more news right after this.
Politics these days stinks. Too much hot air, and you know what else. But I'm no stranger to putting in a hard day's work and getting the job done. I have a history of bipartisan accomplishments. It's a hard job, but I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I can reach across the aisle and pass good bills just as easily as I can walk across the barnyard with my shovel. So whether it's doing chores on the farm or passing bills in Madison, I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm ready to get back to work for you.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Shop our huge selection of Great Lakes vinyl plank flooring. Monarch vinyl plank flooring is durable, pet-friendly, and waterproof. Plus, it features a sound-reducing attached pad. Pick it up for just $339 a square foot after rebate. Check out our great selection of cabinets from Quality One. These ready-to-finish oak kitchen cabinets are ready to take home today. Get an 11% rebate on all Quality One cabinets.
Save big money at Menards.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More recliners. King Furniture has more Lazy Boy recliners than anywhere else in the Coulee region. Fabric, leather, even lift chairs. Try them all. Sit on this, sit on that. There's plenty here to choose from because it's all about choices, you know. And as always, free delivery. Just try that anywhere else.
King Furniture.
Nice people, nice furniture.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, the final results are in for perhaps the second most important decision U.S. voters have to make this year.
Oh boy. 128 Grazer is the winner of the 2024 Fat Bear Week contest. 128 Grazer got more than 71,000 votes to earn the title. The mama bear beat the male, 32 Chunk, in this election, who got just over 30,000 votes.
Yeah, I was going to say with gusto, 32 Chunk.
Yeah.
The two bears did have a face-off in the wild this summer over in southern Alaska's Katmai National Park and Reserve. I don't know if that's part of the voting process, but this is an annual contest. It's been going on for quite a while, more than a decade, and is actually sponsored by the national park out there. That's a sizable bear. Oh, yeah.
It's a big bear.
Massive bear. Big bear. Big bear chased me.
I would
Great
like
Outdoors?
to be part of that vote.
No?
Yeah, yeah.
Greg? All right, Greg heard it.
Big bear. Wait, oh, Great Outdoors. That's right. John Candy.
Yeah.
That's right. He did say that.
There we go.
Got it. All right, Greg, we'll have one final look at your forecast when we come back.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone. But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big snacking and candy event. Right now, save on our incredible one-of-a-kind selection of craveable candies, nuts, and trail mixes, and more. Like new Blaine's brand Heat and Honey, Magic Marshmallow, or Muddy Buddy trail mixes, just $3.99 a pound. Enjoy your favorite Blaine's Farm and Fleet chocolate snacks in large resealable bags, only $12.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. Plus, save the date for Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland opening weekend. The magic begins Saturday, October 12th.
At Ultra, we believe in financial health and that good habits start early. Learning how to save and spend responsibly can make a big difference in a child's life and yours. Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Free online and mobile banking, plus cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom,
I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks, but now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado.
Visit HometownChevy.com.
I served in the United States Navy to protect and honor my country, so it makes me sick to know it. But our Congressman, Derek Van Orden, participated in January 6th, the deadly Capitol attack where 140 police officers were injured and 5 ultimately died. Van Orden was there. Then he lied about it until social media posts proved Van Orden was there. As rioters attacked it, he dishonored our country. Derek Van Orden doesn't belong in Congress.
Vote Vets is responsible for the content of this advertising.
All right, everyone should be doing the good dancing tomorrow with the temperatures. We're looking at the upper 70s, potentially 80, more like early September weather. It will turn more October-like once we get past the weekend, but we still have a fantastic Thursday for Aurora. Friday night football,
Yeah.
pretty good too.
Lots to look forward to.
Start dancing.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow.